Good morning and welcome to Conservatively Speaking on AM 830 WCRN. I'm Joe Mangiacotti. We're also airing on our sister station AM 730 WACE. Very special show lined up. Of course, this is the last show of 2018. That's right, last show of the entire year. Can you believe this? So it was a year ago, the last show of December 2017, when Mike Wade retired from Conservatively Speaking, and I continued on for this past year as solo host on that. So on today's show, we're going to have a very special guest a year later. One full year of Conservatively Speaking, hosted solely by myself, and we're going to take a look back at 2018, politically what happened, what's going on now, and we'll be joined in studio by a very special guest to be announced at 6 o'clock this morning. So make sure you tune in to AM 830 or live stream us on the TuneIn app. That's right, all coming up. Of course, we'll hear from Out with Joe at 6:30 about a great little bistro out in Western Massachusetts, and at 7:30, Handling Change, and a new expert joins us on handling change. Paul Cantiani Jr. from Cantiani Insurance Group jumps on in to the hot seat here on handling change, and we'll talk a little bit about gathering the quote, what to look for, what's important when you're getting quotes in insurance binders. You know, now that the holidays are wrapping up, you're going to see a big uptick in the activity of real estate. A lot of people are going to start listing their homes, buying homes. Then they want to move in the summertime to make sure it's in the school year between the two, the school year, the summer vacation. So a lot of activity happens in the next few months in real estate. And it's important that you understand what you need to look for and what you need to do when it comes to that insurance binder and the quote that you need to get. Of course, government still on a partial shutdown. Who do you blame? Who do you care? Do you even care who gets the blame? What does it mean, who gets the blame? I mean, it's not like that person gets fined, or they stop getting their pay, or they go to prison. I mean, there's no consequence for whose fault it is, just political. But we're also talking about a guy in the Oval Office who doesn't really care about the political fallout. Obviously, he doesn't care about the political fallout. So whose fault is it? And does it matter? We have a young illegal immigrant dying while in custody of Border Patrol. And the interesting thing here is, who's to blame? And I don't see anybody, and maybe I've missed it, but talking about the irresponsibility of the parent who subjected their child, knowing they were sick, to the conditions of the traveling, refused treatment at one point, and from what I can gather by all reports, the Border Patrol people took him to the hospital several times to try to get him the medical attention that he needed, and did until it was refused, and then did after, and the young man died. I put the blame squarely on the parents, not on the Border Patrol, not in the United States of America. And if this was any other circumstance, the same people who were crying for the heads of the Border Patrol people would be crying for the heads of the parents if this happened down the street from me or you. So we'll debate that and talk about that a little bit. All right, all of that coming up at 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock in Conservatively Speaking. Then Gary Goldman with Business, Politics, and Lifestyle. AM 830 WCRN every Saturday morning at 6 a.m. Join us, and the call-in number is 508-871-7000. I'm Joe Mangiacotti, and I'll see you on the radio.